guys, welcome to another video of Kalaripayattu. This episode is the second about the 18 hand punches, and this time I'm going to explain a little bit more about the fist punches. The first hand punch is a little bit difficult, and it's really, I think, very particular for Kalaripayattu. It is the reverse punch. What you're doing, if you have a fist like this, you're going to punch with the back of your fist to the face of the opponent. So this is the movement. Here's the boxing ball. So it goes like this. This. Now you can generate power in two ways. One way is a kind of snapping power. It's a very subtle power. The second way is just to follow through. So you put your body behind your punch. So I will show you the difference. So the first one was the snapping. So what I do is, as it were, this movement. So I do like this, but I snap it, and I actually, like a whip, I pull it back at the last moment, like this. The other one is a follow through. Means I just put my whole body behind the punch, like this. Like this. I push it, as it were, through the body of the opponent. So that looks like this. You see, the effect is also a little bit different. So the first one, it moves back. But with the second one, actually I push it out of its balance. These are really the two basic ways to generate power of a fist, or actually any punch that you're going to do. Okay, now how do we do that in the three positions? I told you the 18 hand punches is all about three positions: upright, lion, and horse. Okay, upright position. I've shown you this one. You see, when I deliver this, I'm also rotating my leg in order to generate the power. If I use the second method, I also rotate, but I stretch it a little bit more in order to have something rigid behind my fist. So I make my body a little bit more rigid in order to really place it behind the point of impact of the fist. So these are really two basic ways to generate power. So a little bit lower, we're going to do it in the lion. This is in the lion way. And you see, you can, like in the upright position, you can also use both methods. But it's a little bit more hard to do, for example, the method in which it's a little bit like a whip. The whip method. I don't know how you should call it. I think that is what they call in Chinese and Japanese martial art the soft force, or something like that. So these are used in soft styles like Tai Chi and I don't know what, and the other ones are used in hard styles. But this is a little bit harder. The follow through, so the hard style one, is a little bit more easy. You see, I'm also going, put my body behind it, put my shoulder, align the whole thing behind my punch, and just push it away. Okay, now the third position, here in the horse, and you will see this will be a little bit problematic, because as you know, the horse will generate an angle between you and the opponent. Means the attack is not longer in a horizontal plane, but it's in a kind of plane with a little tilt. So you should always take that into consideration. Okay, now the second punch, which is much related to this one, as this one is from outside to inside. This is the other side, from the center of the line, and it goes outside, so from in to out. It was from out to in, and this is from in to out. So both, they actually constitute a circle. This is one half of the circle, this is the other half of the circle. So this is the punch here. So the punch, when I stand in an upright position, it goes like this. Now I try to put my body in it, and you see, it is, I try to push, as it were, with the punch, the boxing ball a little bit further away. Now with the spring-like movement. So that was the spring-like movement. Now we move to a lower position. The line. Again. And the movement in which I use a follow through, so I put my body behind it. Again, I align my body a little bit behind the shoulder. Okay, the third position, that is the horse. There. And that's here. The angle goes very easily because the punch itself has already an angle like this. So it is naturally, it goes in such a way that you can nicely hit your opponent in a very devastating way, in this way. But remember, the horse is a lunge tool, a tool to lunge and to, in order to minimize the distance between you and your opponent. So it's a step and an attack. Okay, then the third punch. Well, that's very familiar. That's just a straight punch. They used a lot in Wing Chun. So it is this punch. It goes straight. So again, with the story of the alignment of the body, I can give it. I put my body behind it, like this. Or I can put my body in it in a spring way. So if I do that, I align it like this, and I come back like this. By the way, this is also the way Bruce Lee did his 1 inch or 2 inch punch, or 3 inch punch. He was standing like this, and he pushed. Actually, he used the second way of doing a punch, means the from the soft styles. He used that in order to generate power. With that, he changed. He rotated his legs. He used the ball of his foot and his hip in order to generate power. But if you generate power like this, as you know, the leg will become straight, and the attack will go on a slight angle. We have learned that from the horse position. But that's the same if you stand a little bit more straight. So it goes a little bit up. He used the punch like this. He squeezed his fist, and he rotated a little bit more up. So in that way, the opponent was standing here. The whole thing the whole body was a little bit lifted in that way, lifted from the floor, so he could generate force in order to punch to throw the people, as it were, 1 or 2 meters away. He was very good at it. So it is done in this way, like this. I'm not going to do this because I'm not Bruce Lee. I'm not as good as he is. So I'm not. But I just explain you how you can practice that. Anyway, in kalari, just a punch like this, straight, and you see I come back immediately. That's the first one. Second one, I just push in it. If I go with the lion, I'm going this. Or I put my body behind it, and there it goes. Third one, that's this one. It's not so. So, again, this one, as I told you, it has an angle. So if you punch like this, it will go up. And you will address the lower three knuckles with this punch. It goes like this. If you go stand in a straight way, you can address the upper two knuckles for punching. So, in this way, the lower three, this one, the upper two. The last of these sequence of 4 fist punches is the hammer punch. Keep your fist like this, clenched, and you go to hammer here, on the head of the opponent. So if you go straight, stand up, straight, it goes like this. Now, we are now going to try to do it in the lion position. But the lion position is low, and it will limit a little bit your the reach of your body. So if you're going to do that, you must make a step. Must. If you don't do that, your range of motion is in such a way limited that the blow has not much effect. But if you want to have a cutting movement in this position, again I take the knife, and that can be a sword. So you're standing here, this is sword and this is shield hand. Standing here with my sword, I can cut. But again, at the moment of impact, when I cut, I stretch my knee in order to be able to give a cut. Because the cutting movement is a little bit different from the punching movement. Punch, you go in the body, cutting movement, you go along the body. You want to cut it open. If you want to cut something open, you're going to cut like this. And you don't beat the body with a knife. So, the first, you can do this or this in the lion stance. So, best. There are a situation in which you can use this, but in general, better with a step. Then, with the lunge, the horse, so it goes like bah. And this is nice because you're already on an angle, so it nicely, like a jaw, it almost you nicely can demolish the forehead of your opponent in this way. The downside is that you're a little bit low, so you must a little bit look out what you're doing. This way. Of course, you can do it also with a step, then you get it like this. So, again, I tell you, like in the previous video, please practice these punches in the 3 positions. See what works for you. See what is easy for you. Should I do thing with a step? If I have a cut like this, with a step, or maybe with a kind of dribble like this. Should I do like this? Or should I do like this? Or I don't know what works for you. It's your body, so you should find out how this works. The 18 hands, again, gives you a tool in order to find out what works for you. I really hope you did enjoy this video and that you have learned a few points and that you can apply this in your own martial art. And of course, I hope you are stimulated to practice Kalaripayattu. And if you really have enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you very much. See you next time.